Hello everyone, welcome for the day one, first day for our UFT live project. This is the probably the only session where I will be starting off with the session, launching the session, and I will still be talking a little bit more in today's session. But going forward from the second session or the day two onwards, which we can call it like that, you will be the ones who are going to do the major of the talking. In fact, the session also will be started by Shankar and Manoj, but most of the talking will be done by each of you. So please remember that, because this is not an instructor based live project. These are actual live projects. These are projects which are going on right now. They are being developed. There is a real requirement for testing, and we are having the confidence and trust to bring it to you all. So I want you to be taking a very active participation into it. So quick highlights: we went through the orientation session. We discussed at a high level how things will work, all the project files, all the discussion, all the scripts, test plans, basically the entire test artifacts. We will put them into Google Drive. It's going to be team based. The division of the team will be done by Shankar and Manoj in the coming 2-3 days and will be shared with you. So please team, everything that I'm saying, listen to it so that we don't have to repeat this as part of the Q&A. Application and a test, I'm going to be discussing today, team. So I'm going to create a new Google Doc. The first thing that we will talk about today is going to be the application and a test, how it's going to work. We will also talk about the team distribution. Like I said, this is going to happen in the next coming few days. So team prerequisites, I've already mentioned what you need to do before the project starts. You have to be thorough in terms of your skill on UFT. If you do not have that skill developed, you just have about 2-3 days to kind of go through all the videos that I've asked you in the orientation session. And there's a lot of group activity, there's a lot of team communication, so please focus on that. It is important how you work as a team member. If someone wants to come to me and say that, hey Karthik, can I work alone for this project, I will say no, because you're not going to work alone for any future projects. Why do you want to work alone for this project? It is not going to work that way, team. You will have to make sure that you are participating in a team in that specific environment. Okay. Now, apart from this, we will also talk about the schedule, team, at a high level. How is it going to work? What days we're going to meet and how we going to operate with it. We will talk through in terms of what is expected. Okay, expectations from the project, or at a high level I will say what is in scope and out of scope. We will discuss briefly about these things right now, and we will talk about what to expect from you, from each participant in day 02. Okay, testing and project schedule. We'll talk about this. All right, team. Are we good, everyone? All right, let's continue. Manoj, did you get a chance to speak with Shankar? Does he have an issue?
Yes, Karthi, I called him, but he's not picking phone.
Okay, maybe
So I'll try again.
That's fine. Let's continue, guys. So, what is the application and a test? Now, team, how many of you have noticed that I mentioned about atomic77.com in the last session? Atomic77.com is the organization which is going to be doing extensive digital marketing for small and medium-sized businesses. We're going to focus not just on web development, but also on user experiences. We're going to focus a lot in terms of a customer's perspective, which is a small and medium-sized business, of how they could attract more clients to their website, how they could capture that attention and information, how they can build a relationship by doing nurturing sales over a period of time, and finally be able to sell the services. So we do part everything under this umbrella. But if you look at in terms of these 4 categories, there are a lot of things: web development, mobile app development, application development, specific plugins development depending on the CMS that we use, search engine optimization, social media optimization, and we do a lot of pay-per-clicks marketing and so on. All of these things happen, team, as part of what we do as part of atomic77.com. And this is the development team currently which is working on the totally new revamped version of IT eLearn. All right. I am not going to give you the URL for the test server where you are going to be testing till end of day, till, okay, I would say about this time Wednesday morning, around this time Wednesday morning. So in from 2 days from now, actually 1 day from now, yeah, no, 2 days, sorry. So in 48 hours, team, I'm just gonna put it here. In 48 hours from now, the URL for the test site will be shared with you all. So the actual URL where the new site is going to be hosted, that we're going to share with you all. But I want to make sure that once you get the URL, you can start testing on it. In the meanwhile, I can still walk you through the application functionality and everything at length. You don't even have to worry. So team, it is a e-learning platform. And if you look at today, e-learning has become one of the most prominent modules, applications, or domains or functionalities across the globe. It is not just for online training organizations like the Udemy's of the world, like the Khan Academies of the world, or lynda.com, or so many other websites who are offering so many different types of educations, to medium to smaller players like ourselves, IT Learn, and so on. Apart from these e-learning organizations, there are also every university, every educational institution which is already in the field of providing classroom based education, moving into an online e-learning platform, e-learning system. So they are focusing a lot in terms of making sure how they can get online and start teaching their students on e-learning. Third, there is an even more bigger emphasis for corporations and companies to be able to create their own in-house e-learning platform for their own workforce, for their own staff. And this has taken one of the biggest growth markets in the last 2 years. And I want you to focus on all the signboards, all the signages, all the huge display ads that you see everywhere. And think about it for a second and tell me how many of them are talking about .edus, get your degree online, finish your master's online, get your this thing online, get you that thing online. Just look at that, team. In terms of e-learning itself, there is a humongous amount of information that is there. So, what are the typical things that you look at in testing in terms of e-learning? You look at how the user experience is in terms of the UI, the flow, and so on. You look at the registration and login process. Is this working fine? Then you look at the membership levels and access restriction in terms of are they able to look at specific content, are they able to look at what they're supposed to be seeing, and so on. You can look at how they access and playback content through videos, maybe quizzes slash assessment test. Then you have communities, discussion forums or discussions. What else is there? You have downloads, and sometimes students also want to upload and be able to have some kind of a metrics for analysis of the performance. Okay. Then you also have, in terms of the e-commerce, how the overall shopping cart will function and how that needs to be tested and so on. So, having said this, team, these are the different things that come across. If you notice, team, IT Learn is the company, I mean, a website which has been there for a long time in this field. We've been doing it. But as I said in the email, there's a lot of uh, revamping that is needed for this website. For the last 3-4 months, we've been working very hard to come up with a new theme. What you're seeing right now is the existing theme team. At the end of it, maybe here and there it looks okay, but major things are broken in terms of the responsiveness, in terms of the design, in terms of ease with which users are able to access information. So we're revamping the whole thing. Now, the good thing, team, is each of you have an access to the itelearn.com platform as a premium member, and we will provide few additional test accounts for testing purpose. So different scenarios will come up in this case, team. It'll come up in terms of, let's say your membership expired. Let's say your account has been suspended for some time. Let's say you're still not approved, or your membership is different from what you initially joined for, and so on. The different combinations of different status of each membership. So while you have access to some amount of membership, we'll provide you with some dummy accounts that you can use for different sets of memberships. Okay. Now, once you have access to all of these platforms, you will start to test it on the new URL, which I will announce to you, team. I am not showing that to you yet. However, you can start to create your overall automation plan on this website. The functionality is going to remain the same. The flow will change a little. The layout will change a little. How the content and information is presented to us is going to change a little. Okay. But overall, most of the components are going to remain the same. We will continue to have all the same courses like we had earlier, and we will make sure that each of this is taken in serious note. I have to get my charger in a few seconds, team, but I'll do it once I'm done so that I can also start taking questions. So, team, there's going to be a complete development team who I'm going to introduce. There are 4 developers who are working on this. It is Sam, we have Syed, we have Srikanth, and we have Santosh, who's heading the entire development effort. 4 of them are working day in, day out for the last few weeks to really come up with this new template. I'm going to share that template with you in 48 hours from now so you can start testing. But in the meanwhile, all the test artifacts that you have, test artifacts, when I say test artifacts, things like your automation plan, test use cases if you're making any, / test scenarios, test cases, test data. All of this you can start creating, team, right away. You do not have to wait for the application to be available, because you can using the same functionality as that in www.itelearn.com. Now, team, as part of this, let me tell you the testing project and schedule. Team distribution, like I said, we will distribute in teams of 5 to 10 in each. Now, do note that this is a very critical project, as there are over 8,500 live users. So currently, who are active memberships on the website, We have about 8,500 people team. So we have to make sure that everything is well tested, and only then we can move it into production. So once you get, teams will get announced by before day 2. Okay, so this is what we will do. Now testing and project schedule, very important team. 9th September about midnight. So this is going to be 8th September. 9th September, early hours, New York. We will launch the test server and get it ready for testing. Till then, we'll not start the testing, but you can start planning team. From 9th to 21st, let me make sure that I have the right dates. 9th, to the 21st, 24th, okay. Just put 9th to the 24th of September will be complete testing period. All right. Now, 24th September, you're gonna report defects and end of phase 1 testing. And this is, when we're saying this is UI, functional, little bit of security, and we will also do some amount of regression testing, and I'll tell you how regression testing is going to work when I say that. Okay. Report defects and end of phase 1 testing from 24th to 28th September will be bug fixing by the development team, and this is going to be, and I'm going to introduce you to the team. This is going to be Santosh, Sam, Syed and Srikanth. In fact, coincidentally, all names start with an S. That's great. 29th to 30th September is going to be your window, the retest window. All right. You have only 2 days of window team, but how can you complete all that you did in 2 weeks within the 2 days period time? The reason being, retest window on live production website. Okay. The reason being, you are going to focus on minimum of 70% automation scripts and frameworks. Remember this team. 70% of this is going to be through automation scripts and frameworks. Only about 30%, up to 30% we can allow for manual testing in this case. So I'm pushing you very hard for automation testing here, team. Okay, you have to really work extremely hard. But one thing guaranteed, you will be a top automation expert by end of this project. However, extreme amount of hard work and time is needed. So team, you be ready to do this. You promise me that yes, you're gonna make sure that you will involve to that extent. I will promise you that you'll become a top star in this, and there is no questions asked on this. I am totally confident. For the last 2 weeks I've been in India with the development team, and we've been working very hard on this new project. So I know exactly what we're doing. I know exactly how planned we're going in this phase. We have everything aligned. So since they're going to be 70% automation script, whatever you did in terms of building the scripts and testing it in the phase 1 of testing, and you submit the defect report on 24th September to retest the same functionality with the defects fixed, with the defects which you identified getting fixed. All you have to do is push a button which is that run the script, and the scripts need to get executed quickly, automatically, and you should get the results. Anything that is happening automatically, you'll do it. So while the automation scripts are executing and taking care of the 70-75% of functionality, you will focus a little time on the 20-25% functionality to make sure that, number one, the defects that you reported are fixed. Number two, making sure that nothing new has been changed in terms of functionality. Number three, that while the developers fix the defects, they have not broken something else. These are very critical, team. Remember these 3 points as part of regression testing. Need be repeated. Play back this specific one once again in the video. Okay. You have to make sure that retesting of the defects you reported are done. You have to make sure that no new functionality has been added unless you have been notified that we are adding this functionality, because new functionality getting added is a regression testing. You have to test it again. Number three is the fact that while they have done bug fixing, they have changed the code to make sure that old bugs have disappeared. You have to make sure that no new bugs have creeped in. That is why you're not just going to test only for the defects you reported. You will test overall for the application as is today. So make sure on that, team. So, team, I'm going to take a quick 1 minute break. While I bring back my charger, can I request all of you to make sure that you have any questions, ask them. Team, I am assuming today is still Monday as per US time because I still didn't change the time on my system. It is 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Monday evening, correct? That is the time. And since it was a long weekend, many participants could not join, team. We had scheduled this earlier, so we had to go through it. I'm sure once they're back, they're going to watch the video, and any questions they have, it'll get answered. Uh, and early in the second session, we'll go through it. Now, team, I still have to complete the schedule, but bear with me for a quick second. I'm going to come back. Any questions in the meanwhile, please use the chat to start putting them, and give me 1 minute, please. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, let's see what questions I have so far. Access to Google Docs. Yeah, once we announce the teams, then we will also start sharing it with all the premium members. Do note, team, that this is only for the premium membership, the live project, because there's going to be a lot of effort that the technical team has to put in terms of guiding you online, in the session, offline as well, to make sure that everything is well aligned. How many total members are there for this live project? So, Madhuri, as of now, I have a count of uh, about 193. Out of this, I believe about 50 or 60 have already confirmed. I think it'll go to about 70-75 people. I don't think it'll go beyond that right now. Um, so that is the count that we have currently for the live project. Because for the live project, what happens, team? Not only the previous training, live training participants will come in for sure. There'll be people who have enrolled for master software testing, and all the lot of people from the previous UFT trainings and video-based trainings who participate. So I need to make sure that who are active participants and who are not. So for example, this session, I don't have too many people because most of them are on vacation because of the long weekend and Labor Day weekend holiday in US. Um, what else is there as a question? Is there a general template for the automation plan, or we need to create everything from scratch? Keeping in mind IT eLearn. Thank you, Anjali, for the question. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll give you the harder answer now. Okay, so this is day 01 notes. Now, team has an expectation from the project: in scope, out of scope. IT eLearn team, Karthik, Manoj and Shankar, are only facilitators in emergency. What this means, team, is no spoon feeding, no giving you an easy way. You will have to struggle, team. And while I say this, the reason is very simple. We don't want to build your team in helping you even for the first project. We will guide you, we will give you feedback. You come and show me. Let us say, for example, test automation plan. Is there a template that you want me to recommend? No, I will not recommend. Then how will you guys do it? You will Google it, or you look at the documents that we've shared with you. You will download that and you'll say that, hey, I'm going to use this. You come, show it to us that, guys, we've used this template and this is how we've built. Then we will give our comments on it and say, is this template good or not? What is good? What is not good? How have you done? And so on. We want you to go in that mode of searching, finding, and figuring out what is the best documentation and the best templates to use. The great thing about this project, team, is not only will each template will be different from the other, you will see how each and every team is doing with the template. If I provide a template, everyone will try and follow that and your creativity will get lost. So I want you to be creative. I want you to explore. And what I am ready to do is make as many mistakes and blunders during this project. So you're open to do all the risk, all the blunders, but the testing has to be done correctly at the end of the day. We will guide you, okay? Our feedback and comments will many a times be strong and straight. And I'll tell you very clearly, team, this is something that I'll emphasize critically on. When your QA engineers, your IT professionals, your QA engineers, your automation engineers, you're expected to have a lot of basic skill. One of the most important ones that every software professional need to have, more importantly software testing professional, because they interact with so many different people. A developer can sit in a corner of a room and do his development and be the most introvert and shy person in the world and still pass away with flying colors. A software test engineers cannot do that. They have to go, they have to talk to the developer, they have to talk to the backend team, they have to talk to the database administrators, they will have to go sit down with the BAs, with the business people, with the business team, with the management, and a lot of times with the customer also to understand for UATs and all so on. Now, if all this is going to happen, what is it that you need? You need your communication, both written and verbal, team, are important. And we won't expect an overnight improvement, but at the same time, this is the opportunity to build your awareness. Now, what will happen, team? Opportunity. Okay. To build your awareness. So, what will happen when you look at the presentation, the documentation, the automation plan, all that you'll create, and you'll start talking. So you're talking in front of a large audience. But since it is online, they can't see your face, they can only see your first name. Why do you worry? Be open, be bold, and try and build up your confidence. Next, you should also get inspiration and awareness from others' team to build your. This is the opportunity to build your awareness and inspiration also, I would say. Okay. When you finish with your talk, or before you talk or after you talk, you look at others doing it. It is so inspiring, guys. It is so amazing to just see people similar to you talking with each other, talking, giving the presentation just like you did. And you'll see different people coming up with different accents, different styles, and so on, still with the same intent. So this is going to be a great team learning experience. So be ready for it, team. Okay. Now, make sure that Once you start putting the document, automation plan, and so on, everything in scope and out of scope is there. For now, use the www.itelearn.com website to create your test artifacts. I would say that test plan, okay, test cases slash use cases before day 2. So when we meet on day 2, this is what is going to be ready for you to show us. So team, all of you, please do note that this is a very critical project. We are trusting you. We in fact wanted to recruit from some of the existing ones, but since this is a referenceable real-time project, we wanted to make sure that we put, maybe out of the whole group, we may continue to have one or two of you continue to test with us after the completion also, as a continued project. Okay, so it's going to be a long-term effort that we're going to put into it, and we look for your participation in this very strongly. Now, this is a real project. You will get real experience and real references. So there's nothing fake. I don't do fake things. Team, I am very genuine from heart. I will keep it that way. So this is a real project, real experience, and you will get real references. So you could give the reference of Manoj Shankar and need be even mine as and when it need arises. But make sure, team, when you're working on it, put all your hard work. If I don't happen to hear, or Manoj and Shankar do not happen to hear a lot of your name and voice while this project is going on and presentations are going on, we will hesitate to give you the recommendation letter and project experience. If you do not participate, you will not get it. Okay, comes with active participation. Fair enough, everyone. This is what we will focus extensively on. Now, what else is there? So, team, from day 2 onwards, you will see more of Manoj and Shankar taking lead on it, as I will also be completing with my current UFT live training. We still have about 2-3 sessions left. Plus, I'll be launching a new Selenium training, everyone. And this specific Selenium batch is going to be humongous. We still have about, how many days left? Today is 7th and 15th, right? Yeah, about a week left. And we already have close to about 1,000 plus registrants in this webinar. In fact, for my webinar, there's a limit of 1,000 in terms of live participation. So I really don't know how many people are going to join, because it will easily come closer to a 2,000 number by before the start of this webinar. So I'll have to figure out on this and make sure that everyone who's there is going to join. So more of Manoj and Shankar. I will take a look now and then at videos and live sessions, and I will give my feedback as we go along. Please make sure that it is totally an automation project using UFT. So if I see someone doing a lot of manual testing, I'm going to give you a very hard remark on it, team. Okay, and please, my kind request to everyone: even if we give you a hard comment or remark and be very critical in terms of review, it is nothing to do with our frustration or anger or in any way. Nothing. It is only to show you and prepare you for the world outside in a very, very critical manner, so that once you go, you're a fighter. You're so strongly equipped that you know that this is how the real world works, and you have to be aggressive in it. And at the same time, team, we will talk a lot about being genuine, being good, being with a lot of positive attitude and positive energy. Because a lot of times, team, when you work in teams, you'll see too much of frustration, too much of political drama that comes out, too much of emotional drama that people try and put. And I want you all to step away from it. Be away, be of your own league. You will be there as someone who gets remembered for their lovely spirit, amazing skill, and just the pure positive attitude that you bring. Not a single negative comment should ever come for any of your team. So this whole next 4 weeks is going to be all about how do we focus in making sure that you are there in that zone, totally that kind of remarks, and how we get you there. That's going to be our focus. So, team, almost done with in terms of what I wanted to share with you today. I've talked about the application and a test. It is a well-known application. It is going to be itlearn.com, but the test server I will share later. It is the same scenario, so you can start building it. We have added a few new features, but very little changes will happen. Uh, 48 hours from now, you will get the link of the new test server, so you can start testing on it also. I don't want you to give you that right now, because if you see the version that I give you today and the version that you'll get in the next 48 hours, there'll be significant changes in it. That is the reason. Um, Karthik, I did not register for QTP training yet. Is it too late to join this live project? Gayatri, if you have not gone through the videos that I've asked for you, it is very late for you to join. I Not only will you not help yourself, you also will not be able to help the other participants unless you are in a position to go through about 10 to 12 hours of videos like I showed in the orientation session, like a movie in the next 72 hours. There is a chance for it. If not, it's going to be tough. Can you please look into it? I'm really interested in doing this live project, but my 8 hours of my job, do you think it's a good idea to continue? Okay. Trupti, let me ask you this. From a personal standpoint, once you finish your job, what are the other commitments do you have? Do you have a lot of family, friends commitment? Depends on that. You have to sacrifice either your work or your off work time to be able to participate in this project. So if you have a lot of commitments outside of work as well, then it's going to be challenging. If you are able to put in at least on an average 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week minimum as part of the project, then you're going to make some contribution to it. If I register for video and live training now, can I join live project for next batch? So here's what I would suggest, Gayatri. Just join for the video training now. Don't join for the live training. You can upgrade always later. Okay. Add live project to it. Go through the videos in the next 72 hours that I've shown in the orientation session. Just go through them. Do not pause. Do not rewind. Do not repeat. Just take notes. Let it play like a movie. You continue with this live project, give your best attempt while you're getting trained. Spend, instead of 2 hours like Trupti may do, you may have to spend 4 or 5 hours a day. And when you're ready, come back and repeat the next live project. It should never be an issue. And team, this offer is open for all. Anyone who wants to repeat a project because they could not do it previously, you're more than welcome, team. You don't have to repay us and so on. All right. If you've already been part of the premium membership for live projects and you didn't not just get a chance to really actively participate in the previous batch, you're more than welcome to join this batch, and you're more than welcome to join the next batch as well. Any amount of time, we have no problem on that. How often do we communicate with you? Are you saying, Navina, personally with me or with my whole team? I'm excited to see new IT11 website. Same here, Madhuri, because we've gone through a lot. This time we are truly burning midnight oil for the last 3 weeks, and we are making sure that it comes out neat because the user base is going. For me, the saddest thing, like I said in the email, is that while people love the training, they love the videos, they love how they're building up their positive energy. Sometimes website being bad here and there is not really helping. So we want to make sure those things are getting fixed. Is this only for premium users? If so, how to become a premium user? So guys, number one is read my emails, please. You don't read in my emails and instructions. How can I be your guru? How can I be your teacher? That offends me a lot. In this running age of smartphones and technology and techno kids and all that, there is still some amount of discipline that we all need to give when you get into a formal education, guys. You are the ones who's investing money. You are the ones who's spending so much effort. So please be very serious, very focused. Let us all, for once, look at how disciplined we were when we were kids, when we were going to our early schooling system, and how scared we were to not being able to perform. Let us get some kind of energy, positive energy from that historical background. That is what will push you to do well, team. It is in your hand today if you want to be a great automation engineer or not. No more blame game that I am not getting jobs here. Too many people applying. Competition has increased. Everyone has got a work permit. Jobs are no interview calls are coming. All are excuses, team. All are just excuses to make yourself feel happy. It is not at all the fact. There are thousands of jobs. You pick it up. You make sure that you go through this rigorously. I will make sure that you will get your job. I will be standing by you, and I'm sure it'll work out for you. Okay. What was Atomic 77? Atomic 77 is another venture that I'm into. So, team, just for information, I am into about 4-5 different ventures and corporations right now. I'm diversifying out of I just being training. I will continue my training for as long as possible. There's no way I'm ever going to walk out of it. In fact, I'm looking to expand my training operations in a big way. Atomic 77 is one of my other organizations where I'm an active member in, and we focus in doing digital marketing and branding for um, small and medium sizes companies. Okay, I'm confused with ITL and Atomic 77. So itln.com is the website, is your client. Okay, atomic77.com is the vendor or the development team who's working on the new revamped version of itln.com. So when I refer to Atomic 77, it is that team which you will be contacting for any kind of a development queries. Okay. If you want to reach the developers, we're going to share the list of emails with you, and you can write to them directly. If I register for video and live training now, yeah. So what should I prepare before I join live project? Watch the orientation session, Gayatri, the one before this. Uh, it will be there in the website, and then it will be easy for you to pick up from there. Oh yeah, I do have other commitments. Then Trupti, not worth it. If you have a full-time job and you have other commitments and cannot spend 2 hours at least on an average in a day, then it's going to be tough for you. Where can I get the required training videos? Everything that you need, team, is hosted on our website. So if you go into the live projects and look at UFT online live project, you will see all the related videos for that specific live project only. Training videos, you will find it under online courses, and click on any of the training courses that you're interested in, and you will find the training videos out here. Okay, so please make sure you go through this. This is the number one thing that I'm sharing under live project. You have to watch this video. I can share this quickly with you. We will be getting into the live project. I'm just making sure that the first screen is there. I'm going to share this with everyone on the chat team, the YouTube link for the video. You could watch it directly. All right. There you go. Okay, what else? Team, how frequently? So, team, the way we'll do it is we will create a Q&A document where you'll start putting questions and answers commonly in the Google folder. Okay, very simple. This is how it's going to work. It'll hardly take me a minute for. So this folder will be shared with everyone. We'll create a Q&A document here. Q&A. Now you can ask any question here, team, and you can, let's say, put your name in brackets. Here I'll say Karthik, and I'll say that the question is, when will we get access to Google Drive? Okay. Now this is your question. To this, let's say Manoj is answering. Manoj is saying that before day 2, which is on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, or 6 p.m. right? Sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Now, someone else might answer, like let's say Shankar. Let's say we will also give you the team details by then. So anyone can add an answer to it. And now let's say another question comes from someone else. You put your name, you ask your question, and then you get your answer. All right. All this, once this folder is shared with your team, you will be able to start asking questions and answering here. Twice a week, we're going to meet up in as a group. We will discuss as a team twice a week. So Mondays and Thursdays at 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to get together and we're going to discuss on the project. All right. Uh, Apart from that, every other day, regular technical questions. Team, still, please continue to focus on the forum. So all the technical support, we will continue to use the forum to be doing it. Okay. For updates and questions. Okay. For to talk about software to download, UFT 12.5 and Excel are enough. Yes, correct. UFT 12.5 and Microsoft Excel are more than enough, Rajlakshmi. Yes. Will there be a different plan for automation part of project and manual part of the project, or should it be in the same question? Good question, Anjali. Thank you. A single plan for both types of testing possible? It is possible. There'll be only one automation testing plan, overall test plan. In that, automation will be a component. Basically, team, everything is manual testing. Okay, 100% manual testing it is. Out of that, what you're automating. So out of this 100% manual testing, you're saying that this portion you're automating. So that 70% that you plan to automate, you can mention it. That what automation tool you're going to use, how you're going to work with that tool, what's going to happen, and when you interact with that tool. Can we get any requirement use case docs prior to testing? Sumalata, same answer. I don't think you've listened to what I said earlier. I don't want to provide any documentation. I want you to go explore and try and get some documentations. Consult with your team. Why is this template better than that template? And also, that way, see what other teams are coming up with. Okay. Then you'll see, wow, there's so many different ways to do the same thing. For use case itself, there's so many different formats. For a test plan, there's so many formats. You will be amazed yourself. So I want you to experience that. That is the reason we are not providing you. It'll hardly take us 20 seconds to send you a automation plan template and a use case template or a test case or a defect report and all these things. But we want you to explore, please. Okay. Do we have two separate batches for live training and live project? What do you mean, Gayatri? It's separate go to webinars. Live training batch, I don't know, because we will divide it based on the time zone. We will not divide it based on uh, how all people are linked. If you have any specific recommendation that you want to be along with someone because you're studying together, then we can work on that. So the way to communicate is through Google Docs. Yes. You can also communicate through technical forums. Yes. You can also write as a team to Manoj and Shankar. I don't want anyone to write individually to them. Okay. I want as a team saying that Manoj, dear Shankar, this is Navina. I'm from this and so team. On behalf of the team, I'm trying to reach out to you and ask these few questions. It is really going to help us understand this project better, the requirements better, so we can give the best output. And here are the following few questions on behalf of my team. And mark your team also in CC. That is the official way of communication. All right. And you're always most welcome to reach out. All I'm saying is let it be formal. Guys, be very serious about this project. I'm saying once again, just try and imagine that this is the school time project work where there are so many teachers and professors having eyes on you and you're tensed. I want you to be tensed, team. I want you to really feel that energy coming in, that seriousness coming in. Okay. That's when you can start doing it. Do we get to see work of other team also? Absolutely, yes. Not only will you see what you're doing, the access is totally open for everyone. So in fact, if you go to the live projects that we've done previously, which one can I go to? Selenium live project M26. See, think tank team, tech giants, team tech geeks, team tech pirates, team innovation, team decoders. Each team, all that they did, okay, old module version, Selenium test scripts, Excel documents, phase 3, what did they do? Reusable functions, what did they do? All these documents, all the files are put so that there is access to not only your projects, but there's also access to everyone else. Okay. So, and we also have this contact sheets of who is where and so on. So their phone numbers, their email addresses of everyone. So it is almost like an alumni. You work together for the next 4 weeks, team, and you build a lot of friends and relationships. They'll continue to stay with you for long. That way, team, when you are going job hunting and so on, you have someone to go talk to. You have you build friends, you build relationships with different people, and you are able to go and interact with them. It's really going to be a lot of fun, team. All right, sorry team, this has almost become like an orientation session, but a lot of questions because so many participants team, 197 registrations. So out of that, I'm typically 50% is how many people join. So we'll have to really coordinate well to make this happen. So please come on board if you're looking at. You'll be well taken care in terms of this. More than IT learn team, it is the project team members who will give you the real happiness and content into it. After we watch the video, we go with live training if you need to. 95% of our participants do not come to live training team. So what you're seeing, these numbers here have got nothing to do with the participants who are registered just for the videos. So all of this, for example, UFT live training, only 45 people are attending the live training, but there are over 100 people who registered when this training was announced, because most of them are going just for videos. So videos is the base. So you don't need to really go into live, but when we schedule live, you have an option to upgrade. And also, same modules will be working by all teams. Yes, so same project, same modules, repeated work by all teams. The reason is, while the benefit for the client, which is IT Learn in this case, is that we get the perspective from many different testing teams. The benefit for you is not only are you working hard to compete with other teams and make sure that your project execution is to the best, you're also seeing how other teams are doing. You take ideas, inspirations, and challenges from them for your next meet. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so Sumlata, you're asking about the actual requirements about the new IT Learn website project and not about the templates, please. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for correcting me. Uh, the significantly, we are not adding much of new functionality. Whatever we add, I will show you. So I would say there's only about 5 to 10% change in the functionality. It is the user experience, the flow, the templates, the ease with which members are able to access. So that is the phase one. As phase one, then every month we will keep coming up with new versions, new changes. Then I'll keep talking about requirements. Right now, most of the requirements are the ones which are existing on the itlearn.com website. You take that as a base. Create your test cases, use cases based on the requirement on the existing website. Then I will mention any new changes that you can edit it for the test server. Make sense, Sumulata? Can you put newbies and experienced people together? I will be doing it in let's say on assume on a scale of okay, in a team of let's say 10 people, there will be 3 of you who may be doing pretty well. There may be 2 of you who are really struggling, and the remaining 5 of you who are in between, and that is fine. Why would we want to do that distribution? Because in a real time project scenario, that is how teams are distributed. If a client has to hire everyone under the same roof, their intent will be, I don't want 10 average people, I get 4 good people, it is enough. But in the real world, to get 4 good people may take them about 3 4 months of effort. And that's when they start outsourcing, they find a vendor. What does the vendor do? They try and offshore it. And that's the distribution typically, because they have to meet their margins. So, yes, we will be mixing up everyone together. My only intent team is how much of simulation can I do of real time projects that happen in the real organizations. The only difference is I'm guiding you. You are still okay to get away with a murder out here, doesn't matter. Yes, we will give you hard remarks, but at the same time you will have to do it. Okay. uh Rajalakshmi, you're explaining everything in depth. I appreciate the way you train and the people. I'm very happy to be part of IT, and thanks, Karthik. Continue doing the same. Thumbs up for you. Thank you so much, Rajlakshmi. I'm happy about it. Okay, so Malata, you're happy too. That's with the answers, so that be good. So, team, we've done the 1 hour session. Manoj and Shankar, I'm really apologetic that this session I did not give an opportunity for you guys to talk. But what we will do is from the next session, we'll make sure that you are involved actively, and we'll make sure that you lead it, and I'll be participating as and when needed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Any questions, feel free to send an email, and we will make sure that we will respond back to you within 24 hours. There's a huge influx of inquiries, calls, and coming in these days. We're glad. It's a good news for us. It's a good challenge to have. At the same time, we want you to be patient. We'll take care of you from there. How long would your stay be in India? So I My scheduled return back to US is going to be on the 5th of October, but there's so many activities and ventures that I'm involved into these days, team, that I wish I could extend. It's just between, because my family is there, I'm out here just for the work purpose, so I need to be able to balance it. Let me see how I could do it. Next class is Thursday, guys. Yes, it will be Monday, Thursday. Please watch your go to webinar schedule. Do not ask me on that, because that's the best thing to do. Any changes that happen, we communicate it through that. Live project session is on Thursday. Just watch the go to webinar, uh, so that even I watch that, everyone should watch it, so we're not under any confusion. Okay. Our teams will be in the same time zone or will be spread out. Typically, we'll try and do it in the same time zone thing. That's the idea. So West and Central may be one, Eastern and UK may be one, Middle East, Asia, India may be one, Australia may be part of India, or if we have someone in Japan. In fact, team, this was very surprising. I wanted to share this with you. Just yesterday, out of this 1,000 people, I thought how many people registered from different countries, and it was very interesting statistic. Let me show you this. Just sharing with you. I have to make sure that I hide out some personal details of people. Hide. Let me hide these columns. I'm just hiding the last names, emails, and so on of participants. Here are the registrations of about 1,000 plus people, and for the Selenium live training. And I tried to see how many countries did people come from. I thought maybe they would have come from about 4 or 5 countries, and that's typically how it is. And then I went to look at the filter to see how many countries are there. Do you see, team? There's from Algeria, American Samoa, Argentina, Australia, Bangladesh, Brazil, Bulgaria, Canada, Chile, China, Coco Islands, Colombia, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Germany, India, Ireland, Japan, Kenya, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Nigeria, Norway, Pakistan, Poland, Romania, Russian Federation, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Taiwan, Turkey, Uganda, UAE, UK, US, Uruguay, Venezuela. These are the number of countries that people have registered from for this specific upcoming Selenium live training. And that is an amazing feeling, team. Most of it, if you look at, is US and India, primary of them. Okay. In fact, more from India this time than from US, primarily being because of the fact that we have a long weekend in US. Once people are back from the long weekend, I'll see this number going up significantly. So these are the 1,115 people from different countries who have registered, and it's a great feeling, team. Just because when I saw this earlier, right? That's why someone asked me in the team right now, in terms of how you will divide the teams, same time zone or not. That is when this thought struck me that I wanted to share this with you. All right, everyone. Thank you all. I have the session recorded. We'll share it with you, everyone, and then we can take it forward from there. Thanks. Bye, everyone. Thank you.